I hope you're into weird and interesting clips, cause that's what this show is.
Guys, a venomous ant is now officially invading the US, and one single sting from it can literally send you to the hospital. These ants are called Asian needle ants, and the whole problem is that they're so tiny that you can't even see them. They're saying that these ants are less than a quarter-inch long, they hide in firewood, leaves, and under rocks. So basically everywhere, so what was the point in that? That's cool. They're saying that the sting injects venom that can send certain people into shock, so people who react badly to a bee or a wasp sting are most likely at risk. A bunch of people actually ended up in the hospital over these ants last year, and some doctors have literally now started to tell people to start carrying an EpiPen just in case. For the people that have already been stung by this ant, they've said that it feels like a needle going straight through you whenever they sting, and the sting can actually randomly come back out of nowhere and start hurting again hours later. They have officially spread to around 20 to 22 states now, from Florida all the way up to Washington, and I'm gonna put a map on screen now so you can check and see where you are. And apparently these ants could start moving and migrating faster because warmer winters let them push up further north quicker. So good luck.
Good. Ticks, mosquitoes, and now ants too. What's the next bug? Killer butterflies with drones on them, with big stingers. You think they're friendly, but they're not.
And now a startling ABC News investigation. A whistleblower has come forward to tell consumers about the ground beef a lot of us buy at the supermarket. Is it what we think it is, or is it padded with a filler the whistleblower calls pink slime? ABC's senior national correspondent Jim Avila set out to get answers.
Gerald Zernstein grinds his own hamburger these days. Why? Because this former USDA scientist, now whistleblower, knows that 70% of the ground beef we buy at the supermarket contains something he calls pink slime. Beef trimmings that were once used only in dog food and cooking oil, now sprayed with ammonia to make them safe to eat, and then added to most ground beef as a cheaper filler. It was Zernstein who, in a USDA memo, first coined the term pink slime, and is now coming forward to say he won't buy it.
It's economic fraud. It's not fresh ground beef. It's a substitute. It's a cheap substitute being added in.
Zernstein and his fellow USDA scientist Carl Custer both warned against using what the industry calls lean, finely textured beef, and is widely known now as pink slime. But their government bosses overruled them.
Why didn't you consider it beef?
Because it was a salvage product.
Leftovers?
Fat that had been heated at low temperature and the excess fat spun out.
Here's how it's done. Those waste trimmings are gathered, simmered at low heat to make it easier to separate fat from muscle, put in a centrifuge and spun to finish the separation. Next, the mixture is sent through pipes where it's sprayed with ammonia gas to kill bacteria, and finally compressed into bricks and flash frozen for shipment to meat packers and grocery stores where it's added to most ground beef. And it doesn't have to appear on the label, because over objections of its own scientists, USDA officials with links to the beef industry labeled pink slime meat.
The undersecretary said, "It's pink, therefore it's meat."
ABC News has learned the woman who made the decision to okay the mix is former Undersecretary of Agriculture Joanne Smith, a call that led to hundreds of millions of dollars for Beef Products, Inc., the makers of pink slime. When Smith stepped down from USDA, BPI's principal supplier appointed her to the board of directors, where she made at least $1.2 million over 17 years. She did not return our calls for comment. BPI says it had nothing to do with her appointment, and the USDA says, while legal then, under current ethics rules, she could not have immediately joined that board. Jim Avila, ABC News, Washington.
Dude, that is so disgusting. Even the process, even if it was like good, I don't know, dude, that is so gross. You know that they're putting something in the meat and they're just padding it with stuff. Dude, I live in Wisconsin. In the Midwest here, we got some Quick Trips. That's what we have for a gas station. And I got some of that ground beef in a tube. And I'll never do that again, because I made burgers out of those, and I swear it was made out of something like that, because they just did not cook right. It was so disgusting. They were, how can you get a burger wrong? You cooked a million burgers, right? Like, you know what a burger is. oh, that stuff's disgusting. There's only been a couple of times where I've really come across some meat that was like, yo, this isn't meat. This is just like, there's nothing about this that feels like meat. It's sketch, but luckily not too many times, or they're just getting sneaky and good about it. You know, good at covering it up, that is.
And well, McDonald's unveils its new AI-powered drive-thru.
Can I have the Huntrix meal?
Was that with hunter sauce and demon sauce?
Why do they put that on there? With demon sauce on there? That's the one thing, you know?
Yes.
ArchIQ is a Google-powered AI ordering system now in place at 5 of McDonald's drive-thru locations. The chatbot named Archie takes orders in English and Spanish. It's part of the food chain's new strategy to make the customer experience more automated.
You are literally automating a task that was taken by a person. The stated goal that companies use when they use this is to free up an employee's time to do something else.
Taco Bell and Wendy's are also launching their own automated drive-thru systems as well. Certainly a sign of the times.
Yeah, you can go do something else. You can go home because you're fired. You can do whatever you want. Can't work here, though. Your job's been taken. No, but some of those jobs seem like it would be a good thing. But, like, you know, where do we draw the line? Or it doesn't relieve, it takes people's jobs. It doesn't relieve them of another duty. It doesn't make their job easier and now they can do something else. That's never what happens. It always just replaces the jobs. This stuff is supposed to make our lives easier, I thought, you know? Because I bet you those AI order-taking things are probably pretty good, you know? They probably work pretty well for the most part. Just as well as a person at this point, because this can be difficult to hear, but I don't know.
California, that's where the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots.
This automated grill gives the meat its sizzle as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it will take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too. A cheeseburger. Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay. Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills and their dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
62% of restaurants report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots.
Why don't people want these jobs? Because we keep on telling them that there's no future and AI is going to take over everything and nobody really wants to do anything because everyone keeps on just getting the shaft in every aspect and every tier of socioeconomics, except if you're at the very, 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 very tippy top. This is so stupid. They can make a whole restaurant with AI robots, but they can't make food at the end of the day because, you know, it's all just garbage. They're just making fast food crap. They've solved everything but the actual food itself. We're so stupid. They're starting to revolt already. They're taking it out on the innocent children first. These sick robots.
Hey, let's get some ice cream.
How about this one? Pistachio, almond fruit fudge, butterscotch delight.
Ingredients: zinc trisodium aspartate, sorbitol and bisulfate, oxide beta-carotene, lactic acid carabine. Grade A milk emulsified, maltodextrin alkylide, silicon dioxide, lots of sugar.
Hey, all right.
Calcified synthetic salt, artificial barley malt, glycerin and aspartate, folic acid.
That tastes great.
Monosodium glutamate, dehydrated calciumate, soybean oil, butter fat, caramel sensor.
I'll eat that.
Hooray for sugar, cause we love it. Chocolate chips, we want more of it. Cakes and ice cream, want to shove it down our throats real fast. Here's a candy bar. You tried it?
Hey, let's all see what's inside it.
Gelatin, nitroglycerin, phosphate, soybean, lecithin, deoxylite, trisilicon, dipped in chocolate.
Bring it on!
Citrus enzymes, BHT, powdered milk.
Sounds good to me.
Baking soda, carob gum, carbohydrates.
Yummy yum!
Monosodium glutamate, zinc disodium alginate, whole grain flour, yeast, and fat.
Time to eat it. I'll do that.
We like sweets a lot, so give us all you got, and we'll stuff them in our bodies till they make our insides rot.
Yeah, I have no idea why this generation is messed up in any sort of way. We didn't grow up on anything that was bad, or what. That's such a weird one.
After the floating branch in a Texas man's backyard suddenly disappeared, the story took an even stranger turn. Now he claims the same spot may have opened some kind of cross-dimensional wormhole. The man first went viral after saying he saw a tree branch floating in the air behind his house. It was not connected to a tree, wire, roof, or spider web.
There's a bird on it.
He also claimed rocks passed through it, and the branch vanished right before local media was supposed to come and film it. But the next day, he kept watching the exact place where the branch had been. He said the air there looked slightly twisted, like something was not normal. To test it, he threw a baseball toward the spot. According to him, the baseball suddenly stopped in midair right where the branch had been. It did not fall, spin, or move. It just stayed there, floating without anything holding it. Of course, many people still accused him of faking everything. Some said it was just a spider web again, so they told him to shine a strong flashlight and a UV light around the baseball at night. He did it, and viewers were shocked because nothing appeared around the ball. The man now says he has rejected the media interview. He claims he is worried the story will get too big and someone in black suits may show up at his door. What do you think?
I played that one. That's so funny. I saw the original clip of him talking about it. I'm like, whatever. It could be a fishing line. It could be a spider web. It could be a million other things. It could be from the wrong angle. But there was like a bird flew on it and like, whatever. I've seen a couple of those that are real interesting, right? Now it's on the news, though.
Put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon.
Gentlemen. Mr. Cybro.
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cybro, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Really? Well, no, it's a real Bible. You have the opportunity to have $5,000.
The meeting is not open.
Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Please
I have a tape.
That'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to? Why not? Why won't you do it? So why?
$5,000 even. Come on. He got $5,000. He could have gave to charity. He could have done whatever he wanted with that. Even won't even do that. Why is it such a thing? It's so weird. It's so weird.
Larry, you're in the shot. Larry, can you please no, don't put your coffee down. Would they buy that? It's space coffee. Can you use a space coaster or something?
Everyone else is floating around.
You guys, this is amazing. They have found life on Mars. I am not even kidding. Legit life on Mars. Look. A fly. A fly on Mars. Can we send more there? So this astronaut's wire completely malfunctions, and they quickly cut away before anything bad happens. I'll show it again. Whoopsies. So if these are fake, and again, this is just for entertainment purposes only, someone missed a reflection in the edit.
So my question is, how can you operate a lid on the outside of the space station by manipulating something mechanical on the inside of the space station without losing air pressure?
It's called real good engineering.
So
sturdy.
A tortilla, a massive tortilla. Let me know when he figures it out. So this one is uniquely interesting. The man upside down looks to be a little stuck, and if you notice, can't point as far as that, but look at his shirt. And it happens right when this guy presses a button on the wall. And then when the other guy goes by, he seems to release something behind him. Guys, that is so awesome about the space shuttle launch. It's great. But has anyone seen my pet rat anywhere? His name's Hugh Jackman. No? Now they're using something that's attached to a cord, and it gets stuck on something behind her. I mean, if it was a line, it'd be hard to maneuver it. But what is it getting stuck on?
There's so many of those. I mean, what I don't get about some of this stuff is why would they even... They have to like put this out in your face, and they have to like kind of show you that it's fake or something, you know, is like the rules. You got to show what's real or whatever. If, you know, if you don't think that this space, all this is real, you know, I think it's personally, it looks like a lot of theater. If you ask me, there's too much stuff that looks like theater. It's like, man, you can't like have that much screw ups. There's too many screw ups. You know what I'm saying? They're like, how do they let it pass? How do they let that like rat pass on there or whatever? Could that possibly be true?
You motherfuckers. You absolute demons. This whole time, they told us the moon was a solid object. You ever wonder why when you see the moon in the daytime, you can see blue in the moon, like it's translucent? And then when it's nighttime, it looks like this? Do you ever wonder that? Why would it be possible to see blue right here if the moon is 238,000 kilometers in outer space? How is it possible to see blue right here if it's a solid rock? Is it because the moon is a translucent object within the waters above the firmament? As above, so below, just like all of our ancestors told us. You motherfuckers. I knew it. I knew they were right, bro. All of our ancestors. The wisest people to roam this realm. They all told us. They all told us that we live on a stationary Earth. The sun and the moon, the same size, the same distance away from the Earth. Waters above the firmament. The moon is within the waters. That explains it all. I cracked the code. I did it. It's time for you to do it too. Peace and love.
No, all these separate cultures all over the world that were apparently unrelated and have similar stories about us living under a dome and stuff are all wrong. They're all old and dead, right? Why does my local playground have a flat earth model? Dome and all? Makes you wonder.
Tá porra. Vem cá, pessoal, rápido, não é brincadeira não. É sério. O que aconteceu? Olá, tá vendo?
Look, so this is the thing that's weird. I was going to point it on my computer screen. Can you see? Right here, right, my finger's pointing. No, right here. There's like glare and stuff from this. That's what makes it look more real to me. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I don't know, you know. It's all these are weird, right?
Tá porra. Vem cá, o que aconteceu? Olá, tá vendo?
Somebody, I read the comments in one of those, and somebody was like, what's with all the lights all the time? They're always shining like Christmas lights, like these spaceships just have all these like glowing lights like that. What's with that? Like, really, though, why would they need them or something? Don't you think it would all be smooth and they wouldn't need any lights for any reason? Like, what are they showing their lights for if they're like interdimensional or something like that? You know?
I don't think people are lonely because they're alone. I think people are lonely because nothing feels real. We've turned so much of life into a representation of life. Friendships become followers. Conversations become comments. Experiences become content. Even our thoughts start getting shaped by an invisible audience. And none of this happened because we wanted something bad. We wanted connection. We wanted to share. We wanted to belong. But somewhere along the way, we started experiencing life through screens instead of ourselves. A sunset isn't enough anymore. We have to capture it. A meal isn't enough. We have to post about it. A moment isn't enough. We have to prove it happened. And when everything becomes content, reality starts to feel distant. That's why I think so many people feel disconnected. It's not from each other. It's from themselves. Because a part of us that feels alive doesn't care about likes or views or algorithms. It cares about presence and about being somewhere fully. And to have moments that only belong to you. And maybe what we're missing isn't connection. Maybe it's more reality. Maybe the cure isn't finding more people. Maybe it's finding your way back to your own life.
I think this man is completely onto something, and I think we've commodified basically every aspect of our life, and that's why it's hard to enjoy it, because I've gotten it all my life. They're like, "Oh, you play guitar, why don't you do this? You should be a musician, you should do all these things." It's like, what if I just really like guitar so much and it's the one thing I can finally return and enjoy, and it's not like, and there's no pressure about it, and that's what makes it so beautiful. And every time you have something, it's got to be some hustle, it's some new grind, some new thing that you got to make money off of, that you got to do. It is annoying, and it takes away from just the peace of mind and presence of being with the thing that you're doing, and doing it for the reason that you wanted to, because you wanted to do something and you don't know what you're doing and you just want to have some fun and you wanted to try whatever it is that you wanted to try and just enjoy the time that you're on this planet while you can.
What about the fourth dimension? Let's take this three-dimensional cube and project it, carry it through a fourth physical dimension. Not that way. Not that way, not that way, but at right angles to those three directions. I can't show you what direction that is, but imagine that there is a fourth physical dimension. In that case, we would generate a four-dimensional hypercube, which is also called a tesseract. I cannot show you a tesseract because I and you are trapped in three dimensions. But what I can show you is the shadow in three dimensions of a four-dimensional hypercube, or tesseract. This is it. And you can see it's two nested cubes, all the vertices connected by lines. And now the real tesseract in four dimensions would have all the lines of equal length and all the angles right.
Oh, and then it cuts it off, doesn't it fully explain it? I've never understood what the fourth dimension looks like, and I've never been able to conceptualize that idea. I think it's very fascinating, as I'm sure you guys do too.
Check this thing out.
What a crazy bird. What a crazy bird.
What's up, people of the internet? All right, so y'all not going to believe what I've done, and I'm still wondering why I did it. My mind said do it, I did. So I got y'all another harebrained idea.
That's how you learn.
Tree experiment. And this thing is plugged in. I had to put this end on it. I'm gonna push it in after the video's over, but I wanted to show y'all it is plugged in. The panel is on. So this peach tree is getting 50 watts right to the trunk. And the copper nail and the wires going up and down, they was already holding volts. So, y'all, I'm very curious. I've been watching it, making sure the panel stays on and the wire's not getting hot. About 20 minutes, I guess, and it's been good. So, I'm gonna pull this thing out into the sun, well, which there's none right now, and it's still charging. So, there's y'all another experiment. I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen. Is it gonna burn this tree completely up? Maybe not, but if so, no big deal. I need to move it. It's too close to my plum trees. So if I kill this tree, I'll start over. There y'all go. This tree is getting 50 watts right into the trunk. Y'all seen the panel was on? So there y'all go.
Taking electroculture to the next level. Putting in a solar panel in there, that's interesting. With 50 watts into the tree, what do you think will happen? Do you think that'll work? Do you guys think that the electroculture is a thing? I think that there's got to be some truth to that stuff. I just don't think we fully understand it, because everything seems to be like some sort of charge. Everything has to do with charges. Nutrient absorption has to do with charges in the soil. Yeah, so I could imagine something like that definitely works, but I just don't know if we know everything about it yet.
Ingles de Trinity, Paris, France, 1861, 1867. Yeah, no problem. No power tools, no nothing. It's one of the first, I think, steel constructed churches. Of course, they got the limestone from the catacombs, Speaking of the catacombs, they said they ran out of space, so they had to start burying people under the ground. What, they come up with more space later in life where people stop passing away? That smells like BS to me. Make it make sense. Look at this guy. He's like, yep, damn right. They ran out of space back then, but they have plenty of space now. What, they find land? Make it make sense. What was there? What were you hiding? Damn right, the limestone from the catacombs once again. How many times are you going to go back to that one, France? Sound off. Am I wrong? Am I reaching? Did they find more land to bury the people that keep passing as time keeps passing? What was that, a healing frequency? Come on, France. Make it make sense. Let's get into this one. Another one built for the Emperor of Rome, Napoleon, the Italian dude. How about something for France? I'm in France. Not for Rome, not for Napoleon, who's from Rome. Are they lying already? You know, everything, sorry, there's a gate that people keep going in and out. But another homage and a quick design and build for a guy who shouts out Rome every chance he gets, Napoleon. Come on, you can't have it both ways. Was everything shout out to Napoleon? An Italian dude with his love for Rome? Where's everything for France? Oh, did he invent French toast? Nope. French fries? Nope. All a shout out to Rome. Yep, I know it sounds silly, but this is what you guys are saying. This is what the history says.
This is for all my homage people. Like, these aren't homages to Rome and Greece. You're almost there. Connect the dots. It's from this previous civilization. And the people in charge with their horse and buggy, after they were done crapping in a hallway or in a bucket, didn't build these buildings and then like, hey, a little homage to Rome and Greece. Connect the dots. It's from then. Make it make sense. And if you're from America and you're second guessing me, the same people in charge. Look at the crumbling infrastructure of our country with your family in the car and that overpass or underpass. Where's your money going? They don't care about us. Make it make sense.
Dude, these buildings are insane. Absolutely insane. And I do think there was a previous civilization that made these buildings because we're just not doing it anymore. And I still would love to know how they built the buildings, and I still don't get how they did. And it still doesn't make sense with all the symbolism and all the time frames that were given. Anything, it just doesn't make sense. You can see those buildings like that all over the world, and they're very similar, and it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, that's all I got for you today. Well, that's all the videos I got for you today. I hope you liked this video. And if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Other than that, if you want to support my channel, you can download my music in the description below. I said I would put some more songs on there. I got to do that. I got to put some more songs on there. But check out some songs. You can pay any price. Other than that, have a beautiful day.